I'm Wing Sam from Hong Kong Birdwatching Society, and I'm the representative from the China Coastal Waterbird Census team. So I would like to share with you about the latest update of our census. So here is what I'm going to talk about. I will share with you about the origin of our census and what do we do. And finally, I will share the highlights from our latest results. So the origin of our census is related to a story about the Dalmatian pelican incident. So back in 2005, people are very keen on sharing their findings online at the online forum, and we can see that in March 2005, we record 13 to 15 pelicans in Maipo in Hong Kong, but in the 19th of March, there are only one left. And then one day after, there were 14 pelicans recorded in Xiamen. So people from Hong Kong and Xiamen think that they might be the same flock. So rather than just blind guess, they started the census to see what's happening along the coast of China. So our census started in September 2005, and the studies aims to understand the trend of the water birds along the coast of China. Including the shorebirds, and we will record the species and the abundance of them, and also we'll record the leg flat sightings. So from 2005 until now is already 15 years old. The census is already 15 years old, and there are 17 stable survey sites now along the coast of China. So we are having a synchronized survey along the coast of China in a monthly basis, and we usually choose a weekend with high tides, and we have a 3 days buffer for it. So that's for the synchronized reason, and we are involving like around 480 surveyors, so most of them are volunteers. And let me introduce our team. And you can see along the coastline is 24,000 kilometers long. It's really long. So we have 17 stable survey sites, but we have some other unstable sites. So we need our coordinators at each site to manage and conduct the survey locally. And it's definitely quite a big citizen scientist project, and with a quite long history in China. And so that we usually have regular meetings to update what we are happening at our sites. And we have a bit of achievements and some contribution. In 2012, we won the second prize. We were the second prize winner in the Fort Green Award. And in 2015, we published a scientific paper, and you can see that the number of access and citations is quite high. So that means the data we have collected is quite important to the academic research. And our data also shared for some conservation measures. We have shared some to contribute to the red list, IUCN red list, and EAFP, and also to the Chinese government and academics. We also share the data for the nomination of the Yellow Sea, Yellow Sea, and promoting it to be a World Heritage in the World Heritage list. So in last year it the coast of Yellow Sea Bohai Gulf of China, the phase 1 was successfully included on the list. So it's a big achievement for us as well. So the census is 15 years old, and we have shared our results and data using some with publications. So we published 4 reports until now, and the latest report was newly published in September this year. So coming up, I'm going to share with you the highlights in this report. So from 2012 until 2019, so along the coast of China, actually the number of species that we supported by the wetland is quite high, and you can see it supported 180 waterbird species, and for the shorebird species we supported 55 species and with 506,000 individuals annually. And for the winter peak count, there we are also supporting 47 shorebird species with 120,000 individuals. So the most sighting birds is the great knot annually, but for the winter peak count, yes. Oh, sorry. Okay. Among the species we recorded, and quite a lot of them are threatened species, and you can see the shorebird in the shorebird category, swimming sandpiper is one of those we recorded, and it is critically endangered. And for the population trend of the waterbird, in the past 8 years, actually there is not much changes at the waterbird group level, but at the species level, there are some decreasing trend. You can see these 4 species, and one of it is a shorebird, the bar-tailed godwit. And there are some happy news, and some species had an increasing trend, including 3 of these shorebirds. And after summing up the numbers from all the survey sites, the whole coastline of the China, we actually think that the result revealed that the coastal wetlands in China is very important along the Flyway. So you can see that 8 species has an abundance that is over 75% of the Flyway population estimates. And because of this data and results, we found that the site in Rudong, Jiangsu is a very important stopover site for swimming sandpiper and Norman greensnake. And we also found that Zhanjiang in Guangdong is a very important wintering site for swimming sandpiper as well. So among the 8 species that we found, that is over 75% of the population estimates, we have some like critically endangered and endangered species. They are spoon sandpiper and Northern greenstring. And the team also found that there are some threats along the wetland in the wetlands along the coast of China. So I categorized into three class, and one of them, the most reported, is the human disturbance. So you can see there are usually where we can find the shorebirds is where people having the fishery activities. So illegal hunting and fishery activities is quite severe in China, and also the tourism is building up in China. So people will go down to the mudflats to like disturbing the habitats of the shorebirds and the waterbirds. And also the problem of habitat loss and degradation is also exists because of some recommendation and presence of some invasive species like codgrass. And also some of our surveyors reported that the mudflats at their sites is having a lower and lower quality. They think that like some part of the mudflat is drying. And to the future, actually we have some challenges faced by our whole team. First of all is the lack of long-term funding, and although we are working in a volunteer basis mostly, we still have some subsidies to encourage people to conduct the surveys. However, the funding sources is very unstable, and that means we do not have enough resources to develop a better system for like quicker data collection, and then leads to a delayed analysis. So we cannot review the situation very instantly. And some of the sites are not stable, and currently we have like 17 stable sites, but in our report we actually are having 25 possible sites along the China. So it is because at some sites or some province we do not have enough qualified surveyors. So that means that site they cannot provide monthly data to the team. So that means the results is not very comprehensive. And lastly, we are not having good communication with some scientific researchers, and so we are hardworking surveyors, but we think we have some rooms of improvement, and this needs some advice and suggestions from some professionals. So we hope that we can communicate more with some professionals, and we'll have some more scientific output in the future. So all I have mentioned is in this report, and you can download it from the link, and I can share the link with you in the chat box. However, it's mainly in Chinese, and we have a English version in the abstract and all the tables, so you can still take a reference on it if you are interested. So finally, thank you all for you to listening, and our past sponsors, and mainly we need to have a big applause to all surveyors and the coordinators in in each site and all the supporting organizations yeah, to support the 15 years survey is not an easy job. So I hope that the census will be having a longer monitoring and giving everybody a more comprehensive uh, uh, overview on about the status on the shorebird and the wetland in China. So that's all for today. Thank you.